Hi, this is Angela Cook coming to you with my daily cards for this Thursday. Can you believe this is February 7th? Check it out. I just started a video and it was weird. I couldn't rotate my device, which is really weird because I always have it on the settings. So, take two. Okay. So I'm going to pull a card or two a little bit earlier so I can get a little dab of painting done before I head off to that which is my human job. So, I cannot believe how fast this month of February is going. So, the card deck I am using is the Illuminati Tarot. The Illuminati Tarot, did I say it wrong? Well, anyways. To give me a tarot card energy for the day. We got 3 cards. Okay. Well, oh really? Okay. Tarot don't lie. It is what it is. Today seems to be a feminine energy day, just by what I'm already seeing in the cards. So, I don't really read reversals unless they're like a real obvious thing. So, the bottom of the deck energy is that of 4 of Cups, which is sometimes that kind of like, looking away. See, you're kind of looking at the 3 cups and going, oh man, and the universe is right behind you, like trying to hand you one more gift. Saying, here, but here, stop focusing on the few things that aren't there, that tipped over. Look at this golden cup up here. So this is the bottom of the deck energy. So that is staying in that state of gratitude, of not saying, oh man, I don't have this, I don't have that. Look at all the things that you absolutely do. You have, warm clothes, you have good food, you have, a job to go to, you have shoes without holes in them, that sort of thing. And then the more you're in that attitude of gratitude, that other golden cup will come your way. So these cards are just being very, very, very powerful today. Like I say, I try to do the 1 card pull. I find that my decks are just not liking a single card. They're like, they still want me to kind of talk a little more. So, I'm still going to just dabble with however I'm drawn by spirit. So, okay, Mom's texting me right now. Well, anyways, Mama, we'll get back to you. Of course I'm off next weekend, because next weekend is my show. Well, anyways, this Saturday night, hey, Camden, hi, baby. This Saturday night, if you guys are out and about, the chessboard series Bad Romance is having a show this Saturday night at the Bundy Annex. And then the following Saturday is going to be my next version of the Best of This and That show, with our 90s theme, which is, actually, Camden is going to be hosting the Bad Romance show, and Camden is going to be co-hosting with me with my show. So, I'm going to be, like, surrounding myself with my luscious kings. I cannot wait to do my show and have my Truman and my Camden side by side. Because no matter how it seems and however it seems, and I know the distortion in drag world, don't ever think that Angela doesn't abundantly love her kings. The thing is, sometimes people get attitudes, within the community of any kind, but I never take that away from the artistic creation of which that is there. Because to me, actually, being drag kings is a lot fucking harder than being queens sometimes. Regardless, guys putting on dresses, you kind of know the scene, but when the kings, and or if they're in transitions, it's a lot harder. So I want you guys to honestly know, might not seem that way, but I'm really always backing you. And you know me, I do not say something that does not come from my freaking heart, So, the Illuminati, the bottom of the deck energy, I'm going to hold it up again, is that 4 of Cups. See, don't focus on what you don't have. Know what the gift of the universe is bringing to you. That when you have that faith in that source and that knowing that what doesn't seem to be. And again, when the universe is moving things in and out of your life, even if it's removing people, it's bringing other people in, that sort of thing. Jobs, apartments, that we get caught in not always understanding the way the universe is playing these things out for us. I always need a drinky when I'm here. So the 3 cards that popped out of my Illuminati Tarot, which was gifted to me from Samantha, the first energy is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, the cups is that of emotion, that is coming from the place of the heart. That is, I can't do it otherwise, you know. So what I say and what I do and where I'm able to work within doing my creativity, I'm very, very glad to be on what you call mission work too, which is protecting those that I care about, standing up for those things that I want to stand up for, backing those things. Because even in this day and age, even in this town, you know, things seem like real easy, but nobody in any transing or gay community has it easy. They're always prone to be very vulnerable. So I just love my entire babies, you know. So that is where the Queen of Cups, my heart really goes, is that I have met in this scene, you know. It's kind of like, you know, there's your blood family and then there's your creative family. Ever since I have started, you know, going out on stage or handing out dollars to these performers, I have found like a source of family. And we have had venues close and close and close and close. And we have had a certain way of sticking together, you know. My Camden and especially, you know, my Dusty too, which the universe just brought Dusty a little closer back to me. Dusty kind of moved out to Rochester and now relocated back here a little closer to me. I mean, talk about literally. And then Camden's only an Endicott. I mean, can you not see how the universe has placed us all where we're supposed to be? So that is my passionate saying from my Queen of Cups energy. Because what's under that is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is that about decision, deciding which way to go. You know, are you going to do this or are you going to do that? Like, you know, that's why I kind of like my best of this and that show is that, like I said, when I started it, I was only going to do a one-time thing. I didn't want to impose on anybody else. I didn't want to take on the responsibility. So that was the two sides that I was dealing with. Is I didn't want to cramp up anybody else, and I also didn't know if I could handle it. So, okay, Mom's texting me. Cool. You know, now that the weather is being a little nicer, you know, yeah, I hadn't hung out with my mom in a few weeks, so we went out last night, so she was trying to make a date again. So if you heard any of that. But anyways, there's the two. Is that sometimes what happens is that we are so taught to kind of like hold down our power, and then you want to hold it up. Well, I mean, I'll give you an example yesterday, too, is after I did my video, and I went to the Bundy, and I booked exactly the dates, the shows that I wanted, because I have worked for years with Eric and the people of the Bundy, and, you know, I know how to ask for things, I know how to receive things, and so everything came up. And the next card in the succession, what came up is the Lovers card. So that can represent whether or not it's a partnership or love within yourself, because you have to have that complete love within yourself before you really can hook that up with another person. But again, love is so much better. See, so much. I love my community. I love my LGBTQIRNZ, because to me, I'll just add in a little light language with it too, because I'm a starseed as well. So even though we're here on the, and these are the things that we say, to me, we're symbols, you know, almost like, you know, like when Prince kind of changed that, you know, now I kind of understand where he was coming from. He was kind of like, I don't want my name, I'm now a symbol. Light language is like a real powerful. So even the use of prefixes, I mean, I recognize people's energies, their soul, their vibration. And let me tell you, where you find some of the best has been in that community. Like I said, I have never, until I was initiated into the land of drag, found like within it such a depth of love, that love of performing, a love of identity, a love of each other. I mean, you know, you really, it's like a gang. It's like kind of like, you know, like a gang mentality. It's like being kidnapped by the circus. And so coming from my Queen of Cups, legit, sensitive emotional cup of energy, you know. And that Two of Pentacles is, I have to remember to not down myself and not think I'm imposing on anybody by speaking compassionately everything that I actually feel, you know. That Angela's always been taught to be kind of little and quiet. She's not that way anymore. And a lot of that I learned by getting out on a stage and pulling that. So now I have the opportunity to take those best of this and that shows and really, really, really make a decision about how really powerful I want to take in everything. My spirituality, my creativity, my team. That means this team, and it also means the physical people I work with. And pull that right into the energy of lovers, you know. Whether or not I ever have an intimate person in my life again, remains to be seen. Because I don't really care. I'm self-fulfilled that my love is going to be towards my mission work as well. So my point is that after I did my video and I went to Bundy yesterday, I went downtown to Magica, which, oh my god, it's in the other room, just hang on. Whoops, forgot about this part of the video. I didn't want to stop it rolling. Well, anyways, my point is, after I booked those shows and I was on my way to work, I stopped in a Magica yesterday because I did a little celebration for myself. So on my way from the Bundy, actually going into the Bundy, I saw 111 on a license, and then leaving the Bundy and going down to Magica, I literally saw 3 times 3 triple numbers on a license. And of course, in the excitability, my friend Samantha, whom I'm very close with and can talk about all my weird things, I, messaged her and said, da-da-da-da-da, and she said, oh my god, you see more numbers than anyone I know. Well, immediately that triggered me big time to be very self-conscious about, oh shit, how weird do these things seem. So I had a little bit of a hard time of going, oh wow, okay, but I'm seeing these triple numbers, and I'm seeing these signs, and I'm experiencing these things, and, there are maybe a lot of other people out there, too, that don't want to say things, because they don't want to seem weird. I've been beyond insane and back, because spiritual awakening makes you feel very insane. But I got for myself a new little treat. I got this White Sage Tarot in a tin, as I wanted to treat myself, because I booked 2 more shows. I have 2 more times to work with a cast of amazing people in various ways. And but it was very weird to feel very self-conscious about all the signs and synchronicities I was seeing. And from someone like Samantha, who was definitely not trying to trigger me at all. She, if anything, is the one that I can tell these things most to. But I literally can, in a 2-block radius at times, see so many synchronicities. You guys don't even know. I mean, I don't know if you guys, anyone else experiences these things or not, but the more and more powerful you actually become, the more and more the universe shows you. So, but I found myself feeling some very, very, very deep-rooted shame and embarrassment, and feeling like, wow, yeah, how many times have I been burned on the stake for my magicness? And earlier that morning, I was seeing something about understanding how shamanic we really all are. Like, we have these old souls of, deep magical, So, it was the first time in a long time in my journey that I had felt embarrassed of my abilities. So that's where I think that 2 of Cups is coming out for me today to say, no, girlfriend, the floodgates are down. It is not time to hold anything back anymore. I am not here to be shy, quiet little Angela. I am here to be the magical, manifesting, I don't hide my spirituality, not at all. So anyways, sorry, the cat just jumped when I did that. This is a really small little tin. So that too, Samantha's got a few different cards in a tin. So I finally got a little travel tin. and it says White Sage Tarot. So I didn't mean to go off on a tangent, but I think it was kind of relevant to whoever might hear it, that there's a lot of times that we secretly get embarrassed about things within ourselves. And one of those main things you actually get embarrassed about is not your inadequacy, but your power. Is that you are taught to shame down your power. And that was a very weird experience, because I had a few hours of really going, all right, well, I'm going to stop telling people about all the signs I think. See, I'm going to stop telling people about the channelings that I hear. And I was like, and you could see you can almost see my team around me standing there going, here goes the freaking human. You know, that's why the memes are, your spirit team is kind of like, we're trying to show you. We're trying to show you. Like this card here. We're trying to give you the gift of the cup. The universe is trying to knock on your door and tell you. And you're the human looking at the cups sitting there in front of you and going, they're all empty. I don't know what this is. So if that resonates out to anybody, sharing that edge of my own personal story, that there are a lot of times that you feel kind of like embarrassed. You're like, oh great, I'm the only alien walking around in Binghamton. No, that's not actually true. But yeah, so it was something I had to deal with yesterday. So you can see today I'm dealing with it a lot better. This is an absolute, look how little this deck is. So, okay, my spirits of love and light. Okay, let's channel with me. But they're like, we're showing you these triple numbers just as little winks. Again, when you see a certain amount of signs after a while, you don't have to look up every meaning of every number. Like, I was seeing triple numbers. I saw 111 twice on a license, 222, and then I saw 666, and literally in front of a Magica, I shit you not, in front of a Magica, the car that was sitting out there had a 555 on the license plate. Was kind of like, that's why I was kind of like, oh my God, Samantha. And she's like, you see more numbers than anyone I know. And it triggered a very deep thing in me to go, but it was true. I could take photos and show you. And it's like, well, I'm not even going to tell you anything else that I'm, you know. Why? Why would we do that? Are we taught to feel like we're insane because we actually have that knowledge? Would you rather loathe in yourself in depression and feel like you're not connected? No. So, it's a couple of cards from here. Okay. Thank you. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man. So this is this version of these cards. I gotta just show you, some of these cards are so cute. The Hanged Man is the caterpillar. The caterpillar hangs upside down because you know what happens when you sit and you hang upside down and you're a caterpillar? What happens is transformation. So I'm going through a bit of more transformation, which is fine. But I'm just going to tell you too that, yeah, there's days where there's bumps and bruises and you question your power. So I seem to do that too. That's why I talk about underestimating ourselves, because I actually can tend to do that. And then, of course, once you underestimate yourself, you're going to underestimate others. I want to be here to lift everyone up. I wanted to lift myself up, and I want to lift others up. And so it is. As above, and so below. So, Samantha, if you see this video, you were not doing anything, and you probably felt it within. It was nothing that you were, of course, I know at all doing. It was something very, very ancient triggered deep inside of me, which was good because then it showed me what to look at. Because this is the number 20 of judgment. I was harshly judging myself within myself and going, why am I judging myself? So that too, when you judge yourself, you're going to outwardly judge others. Remember that we are all scripted in the perfection of what we're meant to already be. It does not mean that behaviors are acceptable, you know. It means that you can always do your self-work. But when the light is on, see, this is a neat card. The light comes on your own judgment. Then you can see where you're supposed to fix things. So, and the Nine of Pentacles, awesome to end with. Nine of Pentacles, look at those are sand dollars. This is such pretty cards. So I'm going to be having this in my purse as a carry deck. So if somebody wants a little tarot, you come up and ask me. Nine of Pentacles is that of being in your feminine power. You know, again, feminine, masculine is the height of energy. The feminine means more on the emotional side. The masculine is more like getting things done. And that's why you want to balance the two out. It's just the energetics. And that Nine of Pentacles is standing in your truth, being exactly who you are, and kind of holding your own, knowing that you are your own goddess. So, that is perfect. So, oh, check it out. With this too, there's a card that has, if you, wait, here you can see, it has a listing of the chakras. Ooh. And right here, okay, the bottom of the deck, the Ten of Cups. Look at that beautiful infinity rainbow up there. That's so beautiful. So, anyways, yeah, I'm just going to show you. See how pretty this deck is? It has a lot of, it's a very soft deck. So I'm really happy to have a little travel deck. So that is my premiere for today. Thank you so much. I love you very much, Camden. Thank you for watching. And I appreciate anybody that listens to anything that I get on here and ramble about. But as I got on here, I was drawn by my guides, my spirit, to mention out like some of my own personal things that do occur, so that you guys know too that there are many days too that I feel like immensely insecure, self-conscious, and all that shit too. But you can constantly work on those things and go to a depth of really finding out where they are. Really finding out where it stems from. Where were you taken away from your power? Where were you told no? Where were you, you know, what happened to you in past lives that do filter into what you are doing here and now. That is extremely truthful. So I encourage that if anybody had any kind of level of high depression, dysphoria, or anything like that, seriously, try to do a hypnosis therapy on some sort to go into your past lives, because you can go and break chains. For some reason, I don't always understand those things, but I feel like I can understand those things. So, I'm just being drawn to say that too. So, I hope you guys all have a blessed February 7th day. Namaste. Hi, Facebook Live. Today is a Tuesday evening. This is Angela Cook coming to you from my new dig studio. You know, I can't not say that now. So, I'm going to get on and do a few cards. And I have a few old paintings around me as well. I'm kind of getting all my paintings ready for... I have an exhibit coming up in March. So I was still going through my my collection and seeing the new and the old and things and anything I might need to touch up, anything else that I may donate. So I want to put it out there too, if you guys do know that I am always up for donating paintings out. I do that quite often. I got the camera and the lamp over here, so I'm just kind of having a different angle today. So anyways, burning a little Palo Santo and like seeing how you guys are doing in this round of energies and stuff. I'm getting such a weird glare. Like I said, I got my lamp on the other side because I kind of moved my table, so my art table is kind of like it's like set up for a right-handed person because I'm a lefty. So I usually have things kind of set up different. Well, anyways, the lighting might enhance the paintings. So I was going to draw a few cards and maybe show you guys some of my older paintings that I kind of have pulled out. And kind of see what happens kind of thing. So I believe the one that wanted to come out is the Dream Oracles that I like to use quite often. And this is the Dream Oracle cards. You know, I like Oracle cards that are really nice and easy and simple. So, hey. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Samantha. Are you watching too? Okay, I can see that. So, hi, this is Angela coming to you from my new dig studio. You know, once in a while you can catch me walking around work and saying that too. Like I said, many years growing up watching David Letterman. That gives away my age, but I don't care. Because I don't get too highfalutin about my age, because I know at a certain point I just don't seem to age anymore. Except for then, you know, when I go to carry something in the... Okay. I go to carry something and, oh, like a knee will give out or something. Okay. Hey, Samantha, check it out. You know what card just bounced out that I kind of had, it came up again the other day in meditation, kind of somewhat. What keeps coming up a lot for me is this totem animal, which is dog. Is be your own best friend. Be your own best friend. I keep getting a dog totem, a dog animal kind of coming up around me a lot. It came up in meditation as well the other day. I mean, after the initial meditation. The one was very clear. It was a golden Labrador. It was like a really clear. This looks more like this dog picture in here almost looks like a horse, you know? But still, be your own best friend. Okay. I'm being drawn to elaborate on it just a little bit. Okay. So you guys noticing the students are out and about? Like, they just, you know, like to me, I'm still like, hey, it's a Tuesday night. And they're like, ah, you know. So I don't know when sessions, school's back in session or whatever, but the students are definitely back in town. That I can tell you. So, dog, the message, I'm not going to be able to do this, okay? You may have become overly domesticated trying to obey everyone's commands, but you're no one's lapdog. Your loyalty is a gift that is given only to those that are worthy of your devotion. Bypass your logic and book smarts and follow your instincts. So the meaning is domesticated wilderness. The dreams of a dog. The mantra is, I put myself on the back for expressing my instincts for love and loyalty. Oh, I pat myself on the back, sorry. I pat myself on the back for expressing my instincts for love and loyalty. Okay, that's the mantra of a dog. I like to just kind of find the lighting. Oh, look, I kind of like this. Okay. I get glare in my glasses. It is what it is. Thanks. It also may represent your need for protection and boundaries, dreams of a gentle dog that you're connecting to, you know, and like that too, because it could be whether or not a dog is around to protect you as well. And so if a dog comes up in your dream space and or your meditation as well, so kind of look for seeing if you're having any of that symbolism. So that card, you can see, I just kind of played with it, and it jumped right out. So we are going to classically put it back in because we know how cards are. They like to still come out and do things or whatever. So yeah, this is one of my favorite Oracle decks. It's just, it's a real simple, and I like tarot. Tarot's cool. I love Oracle cards. Tarot, I have days I like it, and I have days that I am away from it more. I'm definitely not fully versed in tarot in any realms at all. But however, when you do a reading, or if you're doing a thing, or you're doing something specific, tarot is very, very helpful for being more specific to a storyline specific. You know, Oracle cards are more like peppy, you know, like they can be peppy. So, who is she who? Who are you asking who? Hey Dennis, who are you that's watching my video? Are you asking who I am, or are you asking who somebody I spoke of? What's the question? You want a card? Hey girl, hey, hi Dorothy, hi my Door. Okay, I'm sorry, I call her Door. It's my Dorothy. I've been working with her for, my God, this summer it'll be 4 years that I've been at the DoubleTree. Oh my goodness. So, for some reason I'm being able to see, maybe I should do it this way. I can see the comments a little better. Face and embrace the woman or man in the mirror. This card is chase. Ooh, this is interesting. Oh, thank you for sharing my video. So hi Dennis, if you are watching, my name is Angela Cook. I am a local artist as well as your Hooper girl, and I like to read cards. So, okay, I got you. I was wondering where that comment came from. It's okay, I do make these things public so that other people can watch as well. So I'm going to look to see what the meaning of this is too. Chase, what the meaning. Dreams of chasing or being chased signify that you believe what you need is out of reach. You have forgotten you are the hunter and the hunted. The mantra is, I can run, but I can't hide from my power. So that feeling in your dream space, yeah, if you're feeling like chased or you're chasing somebody or something is unobtainable. So it's human nature to seek to avoid someone or something you consider unpleasant. From a quantum physics perspective, you are connected to everything. You can run, but you can't hide from your shadow nor from your light. So that too is that sometimes when you really are highly gifted, some people really want to try to shut down their gifts as well. You know, like people that are really highly intuitive, sometimes they don't really want to go there. It reminds me of when my son was always extremely smart. I mean, he was reading before he entered kindergarten. He was extremely smart. We did that PAC program where the lady would come over once a month and we would, you know, do activities when he was like 3. And he went into preschool, and he had a note when he was going into kindergarten that he was already reading. So when he was in school, he accelerated quite well. But I remember when he got to, I don't remember exactly what grade. It was more like around like 5th or 6th grade. And then he was kind of like, you know, I don't want to be the smartest guy in the class anymore. Like he kind of got a little tired of being like such the smart one. Like everybody would turn to him and go, so, you know. So then he started kind of not really backtracking his own smarts, but a little bit. And I remember that happening. Okay, this one came out. Key. Seek no further. Your aha moment is at hand. The key. So that too is if in dream space you see anything that is appearing like a key. Sometimes you can have a key appear with or without a lock. Sometimes it can come in with a lock. And if you want to be phallic, you can go with it like this. But if not, you know, key and a lock, you know, kind of thing. Everything in any kind of dream space, it depends on how you want to be with it. It can and can't be and will or won't be phallic if you make it that way. I won't lie, I'm somebody that I can make everything sound dirty. I'm not going to hesitate with that. So I wasn't really going with this, but however, I didn't want to shy away from that, you know, because that's just not at all what I do. So the key. Seek no further, your aha moment is at hand. So, I'm really just curious about what these have to say tonight. So this one I mean is that the other one, the chase, is that sometimes you don't want to be the smartest one in the class. Sometimes you don't want to be the prettiest one. Or even when girls start to become more voluptuous. My cousin, who like literally over summer, like grew like 3 breast sized, and all of a sudden it was like, boom, boom, boom. I mean, it was really disappointing because people didn't realize that being blonde, voluptuous, and curvy and everything, behind closed doors, she really just, she wanted to, she was doing track, and she actually had to stop doing track because people would gather around just to watch her running, and then she became very self-conscious. So that's just kind of what this is reminding me of, is that chase, you can go chase either way, is you can feel this void in yourself and keep chasing out for something, but you can also run away from like your own true being of gifts. And that happens when we try to fulfill somebody else's need, you know, like like in a family, is that if everybody's a minister, everybody's a, I go pretty extreme, but there's families like that, like, oh, we're the Tobersons, and every one of us is got a degree and blah, 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 the answers to the question you seek, the solutions, this is for the key card, the challenges you face, and financial resources you desire at hand. In fact, they meet, I just totally fucked that up. Ask yourself the questions, what part of my feelings, emotions, or desires are locked away? That, too, is a key, is you could put too much of a vault, up over your heart and say, I'm never going to love anybody ever again. And so that's why if a key appears in your dream space, it could show you either you're locked up, you could unlock something, it could direct you in a lot of different ways. Dreams of keys symbolize answers, opportunities, secrets, freedom, control. You hold the key that can open. And if you guys notice, in a lot of my artwork, I put keys in everything. I have been putting keys in a lot of my artwork because what I'm learning is that, yeah, when you really key into yourself and you really, like, unlock some of those things, like admit some of your shadows, admit some of your shortcomings, it can unlock you as to why certain behaviors become as they are, if that makes sense. Like I say what I say and then later see what I said. So, I don't know if I want to keep with this deck or switch a deck, but I think one more wants to come out of here. So, there was the dog, there's the key, there's chase. So again, when you have dreams, the best thing to do about dream interpretation is to remember how you feel. Like, not so much like, oh my god, what in the hell was that? Well, what were you feeling? Were you feeling scared? Were you feeling intimidated? Were you feeling suppressed? What were you actually feeling? Because that's the key to understanding why you had certain dreams in certain ways. And Samantha, you still watching? Because, man, I don't know why it went all into dream space. It just occurred to me now with your dreams and everything. That was really cool, though. She's been having some really, really interesting dreams. Well, right now, too, when you have the moon in the eclipse, it's going to pull forward a lot of those energies and can give you a lot of, like, really weird dreams. In your dream space, too, you can have relatives visit you. Because that's when you're in your calm. They can come through. Like, if you're not consciously wanting to or aware, they can come through and visit you. Okay. Well, okay. I wasn't really gonna read 3, but because the bottom of the deck is celebrity. Shine like the star that you are, And that goes along with individualism. So I'm going to be a little more simple with these. Follow in the footprints of greatness. Guide. Know that each and every one of you have your own personal guides, your guidance teams. You like work with them, and then, yeah, they're quite humorous. Samantha and I could tell you that too. Your guides can be quite humorous. Like, really. It's nothing stuffy or stodgy. It's actually pretty funny. The more you work back like any relationship, that means even with your higher self, you kind of got to build that. You're not just walk around going, oh. So one myth that I will tell you guys never, ever, ever, ever to believe with any other medium, psychics, or anybody. If anyone ever tries to tell you that you are disconnected from your higher self and that you cannot connect to your higher self and that your higher self resents you or hates you or doesn't like you somehow, I don't know if that stuff really happens anymore. It has truly never happened to me. But I know that when I started a lot of this spiritual work and I started working with people and watching a lot of readings and stuff, I did see a lot of the beware kind of things too. And then I did read posts about people try to tell them that they're a fragmented soul and that they're a tortured soul and there's all these things. It doesn't mean that there aren't things such as attachments, a fragmented soul. Well, your soul chose to fragment so that you can heal it back. It's not like it's just out there shattered. It's kind of like the pieces go off and experience things, and you can hone those things back in. So when people walk around with that victimhood, I'm a shattered spirit. No, you're not. You're a whole, complete wholeness at every given time. Your higher self is always with you. It's kind of like anything. You have to let it know you want to connect to it. Your higher self is your bigger self. So yeah, don't ever believe any myths of any shit that someone could tell you that somehow, or you know, that God's mad at you, or just any kind of monotony kind of hoo-ha like that. It's not true. You can sit down at any given time, at any moment of quietness, okay, and just say, hey, to your team, say something very private. When you sit down and you say out a prayer, where do you think it goes? Source is right connected to your higher self. Your higher self is like its own entity. Arise and see a higher point of view flying. See? It's that higher. This is only one dimension. One little dimension we walk around in. That's why the more awakened you get and everything, you really do look around at people walk around and like, you know, bobbing around. It's like it's a Sims game. Because the present, the moment, the minute that you're here, in every moment of things you bite, take, taste, feel, hug, is a gift. Don't get caught up in the hows and whens and wheres and nows, you know, because you just want to relish into the moment, you know. Be present, and the gift is the power of now. So, ooh, that was a pretty nice one. Okay, so I think I'm gonna, the Archangel Power Tarot cards want to pop out, which, yeah, Samantha, if you're still watching or whatever, this was the very first tarot deck that I ever bought. I don't know, I think you got a feel for me by now. Anybody that can tell what kind of personality I am, is that I tend to really cart before horse, and that's why I've had to slow myself down sometimes too and be careful just how I'm taking steps. And is that I didn't go for a more simple, small tarot card. I didn't buy the Rider Tarot, the first deck. I bought this one. I brought it home, was like, now what the hell do I do with it? I like didn't touch it for a while, because it was, look how big it is. It's a very big deck. It's the Archangel Power cards. It's like very, very drawn to do it. And now I'm very grateful and glad, because obviously I've taken two. But this was in my very first card deck that I bought. I was like, let me go and go big. So just know that when you've done things like that, you can always step into those shoes eventually, you know. So this is the kind of deck, though, that I have to kind of like shuffle it like in halves, because it's so big. It's a very big deck. Anybody that has this, they know what a big deck it is. So, but being 2.5 and almost 3 years into my my journey of real harsh awakeness, I now play with these cards with a lot more ease. Like, even when I watch, I'll be honest, when I watch hoop videos back in the day, you know how people, if you guys watch, I don't hoop like other hoopers do. When they roll the hoop around and they do the certain tricks, I don't do a lot of the regular hooper people tricks. I was intimidated as fuck in the beginning, because I didn't know how. I didn't know how to roll it across my chest or flip it up on my shoulders. I don't know how to do those things. However, I have built in the last like 4 years my own way of being hooper girl. So now I'm to the point where I'm like, I don't even really get as intimidated by those videos anymore. but it took a while because I would be at home and I'd be like, I just can't do those certain tricks. I can't make the hoop go up my shoulders and do this and that. And one of my greatest people, the one card that did jump out, is the number 1 magician. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. So see, that's an example, as I'm just going to tell you as a hooper girl. Don't think that a million times I had been intimidated to hell. I had walked off stage and people would say, oh, is that all you do? You know, kind of thing. And I've had other people cheer me on. One of those people is Dusty, is from the get-go. He's like, I don't care if you ever, you know, like hoop up on your shoulders, you know, and do certain tricks like the other people do. I don't do anything like anyone ever does. I don't shuffle like anyone. I don't paint like anyone. I don't eat like anyone. I don't care. Ooh, okay, you see Hirsch flip 8 of 8 of Ariel. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. An 8 of Ariel. If you saw it, just jump right out. Well, the other one that came out too. Oh, we got 2. Okay, we're going to round this out soon. Because again, I try to make 60-minute videos, whatever. Bless your hearts to anybody that watches through with me. King of Michael. Wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity. A situation that calls for honest and open communication. The King of Michael. Principled, rational, ambitious, respected. You can see this here. The King of Michael. And the other card, the 8 of Gabriel, is the 18, the Moon, Archangel Haniel, who is one of my favorites. The opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears and grow stronger. Yeah, Archangel Haniel is, Haniel and Ariel are definitely that of like love, hope, and joy. You know, they're the I wouldn't say lighter sides of the angels, but see, Ariel and Haniel, any of you that roll with me at all know that these are two of my ones that come through at different times. And this is Archangel Raziel and Knight of Michael, Archangel Michael. So again, if you want to start working with the angels and working with your guides, always when you are going to call in things like that, or just say, okay, hey, call in Archangel Michael first. He's kind of like the one that comes in before all the other angels, so to speak, you know. Like, he'll come through to kind of clear and keep, you know, so that something doesn't come through and kind of lie to you, you know, like you don't get some other kind of thing that's going to kind of, you know, you got to be careful of your forces, you know. That's why, okay, I don't know why. Someday, Samantha, I'll add you on to one of these. I think we got to figure out how we can maybe do this and do some of these videos live together, or definitely do some Facebook live ones. So the ones that came out of this deck is the Magician, King Michael, the 8 of Ariel, and the Moon by Archangel Haniel. So bottom of the deck is 6 of Ariel. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. So know that what you're doing too, this is a very high time for manifestation. And again, the best way to really manifest is to say it, want it, feel it, release it. You know, it can be good and or bad. Say, I'm tired of this, take this off me. I'd like to bring in more of this, and so it is. You know, remember, when you're saying like abundance, don't ask like the universe and say, give me $1,000, I really need it right now. But say, bring forth to me that which is useful to my needs at this time. And so it is. Say it more like that. So I'm going to wrap it up before I just sit on here for another hour, because I can still like my stuff. But I was going to show you guys a painting or two. However, I may save that for another video. So if anybody does want to see any of my artwork, leave a comment down below and let me know that you are interested, and that I will do into a next video. Namaste. Hey Facebook Live, Angela Cook coming to you from my new dig studio and the place where I also read some cards and talk about crystals and all this other mystical stuff. Catching the sunlight streaming in my studio. Of course, feeling it looks like a goofy angle, but however, I'm going to try to follow through with doing this on a daily sort of basis, where I pull like one tarot card for the energy of the day, one oracle card for the energy of the day. And again, if you want to get into cards and pull your own things, it's pretty adventurous. I'm trying to get like a decent angle here going on. Not that I don't like it, but you know. I got sunlight kind of pouring in, so it's still melting up all the snow. Did you guys see the clouds last night? They were like pink and purple. So when you see the sky turning like the different colors and everything, if any of you have seen any of the northern lights sort of stuff, that is also in lieu of the energy shifts that are coming through. I just look really, really pale today. That's okay. Some of us try to look really, really pale. I'm not exactly, you know, getting a lot, so whatever. Angela's going to be not human for the moment and be self-conscious. But anyways, this is me, who I am, what it is. So feel that sunlight coming in. Do you feel it? Look. You can even see the light here. There's a little light here. So there. I'm going to send you guys out some positive light energy too, because I know I got a lot of power in these hands. And just know, you guys we all have power in our hands. That the touch is such a healing thing. That's why when a touch or you know, smacks and things like that can be so volatile. But just remember the healing touch. That's why when you pet like an animal or you kind of hug another person, how very, very important that touch is. So there. See, I'm the kind of person, I could play with my own shadow like all day. If I got like a hoop and I got like a light with a shadow against the wall, I'm so there. So anyways, I'm using a couple different decks. I kind of tone them up. So if you guys ever wonder before I come on video like what I do with my decks and I'm really saucing them up, I'm usually blasting some Pink Floyd or some stuff. Look at this. I got some rainbow light on me here. Yeah. Okay. So my choice of decks for today. Hi. My choice of decks for today, I'm going to do like a 1 tarot, 1 oracle, and 1 crystal card, is I have this tarot deck, which is a black and white tarot deck. It's very similar to like the Rider Tarot deck. It's a very basic deck, but I absolutely love the fact that it's black and white. So this is my deck of choice for today. And my oracle card is one of my very favorites, the Dream Oracle cards for today. And this is my other, I have 2 crystal decks. I didn't go the Crystal Angels today. I went with the plain crystal deck that I have here. And I'm just going to say straight up, we're going to see what happens. Because, you know, even when you shuffle a deck, I mean, I lay out the cards. I shuffle them very different ways. And sometimes you still keep seeing a certain card wants to come up. So I am curious to see what comes out of my crystal deck today, because I know what card I've seen 3 times. Not that it's relevant. I like to sometimes have a different card come out, but if there's the meaning of the message from Spirit or from my guides or from my team, then it is meant to come through. So there, look, I got more pale light on my face, but doesn't it look cool? Okay, so I'm just going to give this a shuffler today. So today is Saturday, and one more day of work, and then I get a day off to rest, which will be really cool, because coming up next Friday is First Friday, February at the Phelps, and I have a gig with a bunch of noble savages, hosted by Bob Allen Bricks. You know, it's going to be quite, so I've got a lot of interpretive dance hooping to do, so that's a very different thing for me to start out the year with. So, I ask my guides of love and light, my energy team, my my orbs around me. If you see any of my last video I did, I had like kind of an orb come through. It was kind of neat. What's a one message from the tarot deck for today? You know, like an energy to focus on, thing to work on, something to emphasize, something to de-emphasize. Message that is channeling in for the general public. And Lucas is, where is he? Oh, wait. I think he's under the tree. Yeah, Lucas is classically under the tree. So the Christmas tree is staying up probably through the month of February. I got no plans to take it down. I don't care if it's sitting there in August. I have plenty of room in my studio, so it's not like you walk by it every day and want to take it down. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is coming out. And that's a pretty interesting energy card for the day. Okay. I'm going to take a peek in the book just because sometimes they are a little bit different. 4 of, 4 of, 4 of Wands. Last night I did a poll for myself and it was pretty interesting. I got 4 cards, all Wands. I got an Ace of Wands, I got a Queen of Wands, I got Magician, and then I got the 3 of Wands. It was an amazing poll. Okay. So, Pentacles. 4 Pentacles upright. So in this book it says positive, possessiveness, stability, tight budget. So that's that kind of holding on to, like, possessive, or kind of like, you know, yeah, it's a little like kind of holding on to, like, the whether it's possessions or money, or kind of like, yeah, hold on to your stuff. The 4 of Pentacles sits outside of his hometown, clutching his pentacles, guarding against theft. Fear motivates his money hoarding. Kind of like, you know, holding on to that kind of business within. So, hi, how are you, Mr. Bob? So the 4 of Pentacles is kind of that holding tight onto those 4 pentacles you have, you know? Because then following the 5 of Pentacles, you sometimes feel kind of like, you know, that it hits that paranoia and that kind of thing. So the 4 is right before the 5. The 4 to me is also a very nice angelic number. So maybe it just means not to have, like, faulty spending at this time, or any of you guys we're all coming into tax season. Yes, I got my W-2s too. So of course with that 4 of Pentacles and you get that money coming in, something I'm thinking of is 1, getting a quantum session, 2, getting a tattoo, and then 3, putting it towards some bills. I don't really have a lot of accumulated bills, but if you did, just kind of be wise. This 4 of Pentacles can be in terms of being wise with your taxes, where you're getting them done, how quickly you're getting them done, what you intend to maybe spend that out on. So I think that's what this tarot card is kind of representing for today, is that 4 of Pentacles, that you know, stuff. So with that, the Dream Oracle, let's see what the 1 card, I'm going to leave this out too because I'm notorious about putting the cards back just in case. So like I said, before I come on here, I do try to shuffle out the cards really well. I, you know, was listening to some Queen and Pink Floyd and stuff like that, and actually some TLC, because my next show that I'm hosting, my next Best of This and That show, is on the 16th of February, and our theme is 90s. So I'm gonna kind of go a little bit out of my own bucket, and I'm gonna do some TLC. So you guys been listening to some Destiny's Child and stuff like that, just because getting into that 90s vibe. So 4 of Pentacles. What is an oracle card? What is a representation for today? These are also dream oracle cards, so these can be a combination of animal spirits, or like something that maybe is coming in either in dream space or something that you see. Okay. Sometimes the cards like to do that too. So email. Be mindful of messages you send. Ooh. Email. Be mindful of messages you send. So I'm gonna go right off the bat with this one, because I got a lot coming in with this one. This is, you know, our modern day. It's so quick to send a text to say, or people get so bent out of fucking shape when somebody doesn't mail them back or something. Remember, we are humans. Yes, we have this technology. Don't take it so personal if someone doesn't message you back in 2 seconds. You don't know if they're in the shower, they're in the middle of on the highway, they're going to the bathroom. Maybe their phone just kind of like pushed its own button and it's on silence, So be mindful of the messages you send. Don't get all freaking, don't be careful when you're writing messages and sending them back and forth. Because even if you're like, you can't always take back. Kind of like almost in human form. Like when you're having an argument, you're like, yeah, well, I didn't want to say that about your mother, but, ooh, don't take low blows on each other. And don't take anything personal. You never know when you send out an email or a message, it might end up going in someone's trash, something. I know Facebook too seems to, if you don't associate with certain friends, it'll like unfriend it behind you or something. Or if somebody chooses to unfriend you or to walk away or whatever, let that shit go, let that shit be. So be mindful of the messages you send. Remember how hurtful. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will be very deeply embedded in you. Okay? So be careful what you say, especially to any loved ones. Like, people, don't be like so hard on your significant other. Oh my God, they didn't answer me for 5 minutes. Or, there's 2 sides to every coin. If you are messaging out to somebody and they are blatantly not answering you, give it up. Stop doing it. If you're trying to, apply for a place, you have friends that never contact you back, drop that shit. Don't let people be held for that either. In this day and age, it is very easy to communicate back and forth. That if somebody is really never answering you or never getting back to you or giving you a whole spiel of excuses, let that go. Don't send them nasty messages, because everybody copies and pastes and posts everything these days too. Remember that any comments that you write, your employer or somebody can copy, paste, and take that shit. So that's why be mindful of stuff that you say. Don't say things about people, because you do not ever know who is going to use that against you. So just be careful with your little fingers when you're thinking that. That's why the good old art of writing a letter and burning it, it sends it up to the energies. But then that person doesn't have a copy of that to use against you. And even though I'm getting a shitload from this, because we're in this day and age of email. So that means texting, posting, Facebook, liking. Don't get all bent out of shape because people don't like your stuff. Like, don't get all bent out of shape because somebody doesn't get back to you soon. But 2, if somebody is just giving you a cold shoulder through email, through messaging, knowing how easy it is these day and age to contact with people, know that they're giving you a message. A non-message is also a message. So take both sides of that. And now I am curious to see what the crystal card. Look how the sunlight is just changing. Soak in that sun. Bring that into your crown chakra. If you have any time to get outside, just breathe the air. Sunlight is very cleansing for your chakra, your energy patterns. So I'm curious. I have shuffled the daylights out of these crystal cards. Cat's on the couch now. So, what is a crystal message for today? I hope that I covered like a lot of sides within this. I think I did. And it also can be the messages that you send. Remember, there's good old-fashioned ways too. That everything doesn't have to always be such technology. Ooh, okay. We got... I'm going to take 1 because I didn't want 2. The other one popped out, but we're going to just... No. So, the one that popped out today is Carnelian. Yay! Another different one. Okay. Carnelian is a very, very orange stone. I have quite a bit of them. Where are they? Where's my carnelians? Of course, the minute I go looking for them, I can't find them. my gosh, I have a whole bunch of them too. Where the heck are they? Oh. Okay. There they are. My carnelians were all in with my red jasper. So, oh, look, there's the light again. Whoa. Very, very cool to highlight on here. So these are my carnelian pieces. The carnelian, I can tell you quite a bit about this. This is for your solar plexus chakra, which in girls is where your uterus is. Guys, it's above where your, stuff begins. Because you have your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, and your root chakra. This is for your sacral chakra, which is has a lot of that creativity, that sexual energy. I'm going to read in the book just to see what it says. But it's a very, very basic, and it goes well with a lot of other ones. See, it's a very beautiful orange color. And I got some other little ones. The carnelian. Yeah, look at that. The sunlight just highlighting you. So let's see what it says in here. It's an absolute great stone to have around. Healing, creativity, energy, calmness, grounding, stability. This wonderful crystal offers you protection and healing. Okay, we'll hold her up. Look, right in the sunlight. It will help dissolve the sadness you have recently experienced as well as calm your thoughts. You are encouraged to take up a creative pursuit or hobby at this time. Now, I want you guys to understand, too, that when you get that sexually charged energy, you really actually, I mean, whether or not you act upon it, with yourself or with a partner or whatever, 'cause there's no shame in none of those games. But when you have that sexual pocket of energy, what you can do with it, too, energetically, like if you just are like, wow, I'm getting like struck with some energy, you actually can pull it up through your other chakras, like in your third eye and stuff. And that's why go like pen something, write something down, paint something, touch something, make something. Because when you have that sexual urge as well, can come up through you with a massive creativity. Over the coming days, you will begin to feel a renewed sense of peace, joy, and wonderment for life. Give thanks for the wondrous blessings you are receiving. And just know that the sacral chakras, the solar plexus, sacral, and the root, the three of them can get, like if you're feeling kind of off balanced or you're a little bit too high up, that's why people say grounding. Like go outside and just even take a couple minutes, wherever you're standing, if you have a moment, even if you're standing on concrete, you visualize through your feet, going way down into the roots, depths of the earth, down into, and kind of shoot that energy out of you, shoot it down through your feet, down into the ground. And, when you kind of make a point of doing that, it can make you feel a lot more grounded. Because those three chakras, and then there's the four up here, they can get kind of boggled off like this. So what I've learned with a lot of energy work is that like the solar plexus can carry a lot of fear and stuff, and the sacral chakra too can carry the good and bad. Like if you have sexual trauma and things like that, it can get lodged in there as well. So that's what I'm saying is if somebody has trauma in that area, just know you can pull that back up into your heart chakra with a big sense of like forgiveness, and you can balance out everything. Self-worthiness and stuff like that can get very lodged in those lower chakras mostly. The three lower chakras are your fight or flight kind of energy. The higher ones, that's why when you start expanding, you get kind of like in a different zone. So again, if any of you guys are experiencing, there's your heart chakra, but right above your heart chakra too is your higher heart. So if you're getting like a bit of a higher, my higher heart has been going off the charts. It's actually quite nice. Because what we're trying to do, the higher you ascend, is that you get out of your solar and your sacral chakras settle down more. They can also cause a lot of digestive issues and things too if they are blocked and lodged. So again, while there's this, look at this light just coming up through. Hello, sunlight. You see it? Yeah, these are my pieces of carnelian. I got this nice, beautiful one. It's a kind of a very earthy orange. So so again, when you are getting that passion, pull it up and go use your hands. It's a very, whether you're making love with somebody else, yourself, or you're actually using that creativity, because when people get too stopped up on that sexual urge, they don't realize that sometimes that energy is to be used for something else, if that makes sense. It's a very primal thing. That's why primal people can just... Fucking is not a hard thing to go do. Going and having sex is... But when you pull it into a more sacred reason, if that makes sense, whether it's a sacred reason with a person or it's a... like when you're really making pottery and you're making a painting, you're really making love and stuff like that with a canvas as well. And, so look at it that way. So when you think of the carnelian, I don't have the bracelet at the time. I've had a carnelian bracelet before. It's definitely a really good thing to wear as a bracelet as well. But, the lower chakras, yes, they can get to where they feel kind of discombobbled. So what you can do is really kind of keep them lined together. So stay out of your primal thinking, so to speak. We are ascending to a higher point of not having that fight, flight, gotta just survive. Those are your survival mode chakras. So they carry a lot more sacral than what sometimes we've been using them for. But if you are feeling spacey and whatever, yeah, just take a few minutes, even if you're in your apartment or whatever, visualize down through your feet, going way down into the earth on one side, and then the other side coming back up, and almost like wrapping around and kind of pulling you in, and like just pulling all your chakras together. So I highly, highly recommend that. That's why I like to talk about a stone like this, because it is a very, very, very important stone. It goes well with others. It's a very, very important stone. So, anyways, the Four of Pentacles, hold on to your things, be logical, but not too greedy about what you're going to do with any finances. This one, the email, be careful of the messages that you send, and know that the best way really is to sometimes just say something to somebody's face, something very beautiful to somebody's face. So please do that today. And then also, if you are interested in this carnelian stone, or if you have any, just know so much what it's for. Okay. Thank you. Namaste. Hello, this is Angela Cook coming to you from my new dig studio on this Sunday snowy evening. I'm just going to grab my water. It's within a feet of me here. It does never fail when I come on to do things that all of a sudden there'll be a need for a sip. So, tonight is Sunday, and tomorrow we are rolling into a full moon. As we know, the cycle of the moon keeps going around and around and around. So, I hope you guys are being safe in this weather, not doing any excessive driving that you may or may not need to, and that wherever you may be located, that you are just warm and abundant. So, with this being the new... Okay, I'm seeing what you can see here. There, okay. Well, anyways, I still do have my Christmas tree up. And let me tell you, with the snow outside, it darn now feels more like the holiday than it did around the holiday. And my cat, if you can see, he's actually still right under the tree. So, little dust in the eyes because I actually mopped down the studio. So, I pulled a few different decks tonight that my friend Samantha has been doing the 31 Days of Tarot. So she's been doing a lot of... So first and foremost, as this blood moon comes in, whatever shades of moon, blood, red, orange, purple, don't really care what the shade of the moon is. Most of the time, if you get to see it, it's bright yellow. So, I light this white candle with the intention of bringing in the new. So with a new moon too, you want to have the new come in, and also with the full moon, you want to give a release. But you can really do however you want to do it. So to me, I am still having my little white candle here. Is Samantha watching? Oh, Samantha's watching. Okay. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm doing a little moon ritual, and I picked, she's been doing a 31 days of tarot and having different tarot questions. So I kind of made up my own question because, you know, that's how I am. So my question tonight, coming into the full moon and getting on here to do a Facebook Live, I decided to choose 3 of my favorite visual decks that I own right now. 3 that are most appealing visually, that I really most respond to. So, you're going to be a little surprised, but not totally surprised. So, the first one that I picked is actually a deck that was gifted to me from Samantha, which I had seen I'd seen different readers. It is the Illuminati Tarot. So, and she actually, like, laminated each card. So, you can see here, these cards are absolutely judgment card, okay, are absolutely very, very detailed and very, very beautiful. So again, being left-handed, I light the candle over here. I kind of, well, you know, even if I have it over here, you'll know it's over here. So, being my art desk, I have stuff all over the place. So anyways, I'm going to pull it kind of like this. So maybe if I do it like this. So this is the first deck that I pulled, is the Illuminati Tarot, because it is a very visual, very I'll give you an example of the cards. They're very, very vibrant. They're very, very expressive. This is the World card. And here's the Hermit card. So let's put them in the deck and see. And again, like I said, she laminated these, so you can tell that it may have been a quality of fairly thin cards. So now they're really durable. So without further ado, hey, I'm sorry that work totally sucked. I earned this day off, though. I put in 40 hours this week. Holy cow. Yeah, it's really pathetic when people that don't have to drive into work still call out of work. It's pretty pussy for people to do that, in my opinion. You know, you ought to, like, if you're able to get in and on a season like this, you ought to definitely go in. Like, if you guys really, really, really needed me and really called me, I probably would have went and helped my workplace, because that's the kind of person I am. So, just saying, use your integrity, kids. So we're in a full moon energy, which, if you're finding that your energy is heightened or lowered, like really, 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 you know, like make a concerted effort to keep grounded and balanced right now, because if not, you're going to get teeter-tottered over one way or another. So I'm finding myself, my energy is going a little on the bipolar side. So that's why I'm telling you guys too, that just make a good concerted effort. But if you're feeling like a good kind of high, or if you're feeling a bad kind of low, like try to find how to balance it out. One of my favorite things to do that I was having a blast with is I mopped the studio. Yeah, me and Lukey. Yeah, that's why he's all like hanging out under the tree and stuff now, because I kind of mopped the studio. I was singing my ass off to Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm telling you, nothing like classic rock to clean your house to. So, without further ado, from this, which is my first of my 3 visual favorite decks, the Illuminati, that was gifted to me by Samantha. And also, I got like the papers with it, but she made like a custom pouch for them, which is really, really totally cool. I'm telling you, she is one crafty girl. And she's also a card reader. So if you guys, you know, other than me, you know, would ever want a card read, you know, also does the paranormal stuff, which was really cool, because a couple of the girls at work in the restaurant were totally talking to me about wanting to ghost hunt and boxes and just all kinds of... Alright, too many are coming out right now. Let's try to settle down. I'm going to pull 2, because I was not really looking for messages, because I want to premiere the other 2. But I really, really like this deck. I really, really do. Like, this is the kind of deck I can really just look at each card, like, all day. It's a well-known tarot deck, and for a good reason. It's really beautiful. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, we got 3. Oh, we got 3. Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords. Look how beautiful that is. With a lot of the blue and the green colors. The Ace of Swords, of course, is the card of victory. Like, I am going to be victorious with this. So that is the bottom of the deck energy. So going into a moon energy, if you want to bring in new, old, or whatever, this is a good time to kind of like release stuff. But if you feel like you've done enough releasing, like I feel I've done enough releasing, you know? I've done enough releasing. 2018 I released so much that I want to just bring in whatever 2019 is bringing in. I'm not going to talk about anything else I'm releasing. I went through my shadow fears. I went through insecurities. I've gone through all that shit. I am here to bring it in. So with that being the first card is the King of Pentacles. Is that you want to have that stern kind of pentacle, king on the throne energy. Female, male, masculine, feminine energy. Put you on that throne to feel that you are centered, you are sitting there, you are in your power. So that is really what the King of Pentacles is about. It's kind of like the Pentacles is the abundance. Bring it in. Because, of course, tarot don't lie. So the other card that came out is the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is that, you know, mental conflict card. That Five of Wands, that Five of Swords. The 5 is that number of change, but it's that feeling a bit kind of like tormenting yourself shit. So it's kind of like, still, when you get into your power, you're going to have moments of kind of flipping back into going, well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Bullshit. Pull it up. Pull it up. Like I said, don't worry about releasing things. Bring things in, even though it's a full moon. Because then what you end up with is the world. Know that each and every one of you deserve the world. And not in the materialistic greed in which we were led to believe, but that there's enough abundance, there's enough love, there's enough, you know, inside for everyone. And then that way, when you're more complete and you're more settled within, it spreads out to everyone. So that's the message from this. There's that King of Pentacles. You get up on that throne, you kind of hold that. You're going to have those moments of the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands. The fives likes to come through. It's the number of change. And as a human nature, we get accustomed to wanting to be comfortable. But go for those changes. Go for it. Because it's going to bring you in the world. And remember, the bottom of the deck energy is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, which is that victory. So really, if something seems like it is falling away, let it fall away. That too. Don't resist the falling away. Good time for changing things, bringing in things. That's why I don't worry so much about releasing. I mean, you want to like declutter your house. That's a good releasing. You want to say, I'm not going to be scared of things anymore. And if you do still want to do that sort of ritual for a full moon, it is a good time. And I highly, highly, highly recommend writing in a letter. Write in a letter exactly and burn that shit. And you don't have to burn it like if you're in an apartment like me. I don't burn the letters. I rip them up and I put it in the toilet. My guys have told me that's plenty fine in this time of year in the occupancy of an apartment building. So any of you that have followed me at all will not be surprised that my second favorite visual deck that I have most recently got is the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. These colors, these images are very, very beautiful. So they are just really, really rich cards. They're very easy cards. And there are very many cards. So I just love this deck like so much. This has become an easy favorite. So with that being said, let's see. What's an animal spirit or two? As we come into this moon and eclipse energy, know that, I mean, the moon's the moon, but then there's an eclipse right behind it. So, I don't know about you guys, but my face tends to want to break out. If your body is kind of reacting, that's what I'm saying. Very, very important to ground yourself, center yourself, not go too high up or not go too low down. The bottom of the deck is the koi fish spirit. There is always enough. And that's what I was just saying with that, is that, you know, whatever it is that you're going for, there is enough in the world for everyone. The lack, the, you know, having feeling that you don't have what you need is really all illusion. And number 36, which is also a 9, which also can be a 333, depending on, I'm sorry if I throw that out, the numbers. So the first one that came up is act as if. A number 14, also a 1 and a 4, comes together and makes a 5. A chameleon spirit, act as if. You want something to come in to you. You want to have love, be love to yourself. You want abundance, be abundance to yourself. Visualize and bring that in. You know, don't get too caught in the fantasy of it, because then you'll get yourself all upset. But I mean, when you visualize and you feel, you know, like, if you don't have a car, but you picture you have one outside, maybe not now, because it's a pain in the ass while it's snow. But, you know, like that kind of thing. Or if you want to have that certain job position, visualize it and bring it to you. Isn't that an absolutely beautiful card? This is why I love this deck. I mean, can you just stare at this card all day? And, of course, both cards that came out, not just at the bottom of the deck, but this other one is a 46, which is 6 and a 4 you can put together. There's a 10 and make a 1, is Let It Shine, the Peacock Spirit. Let it shine. Be exactly what you're supposed to be. And I tote the totes to saying that often, because right now is a good time too. Drop the facade. Be exactly who you are. Be exactly who you are. And what it is you want to bring into you as act as if. So you can see, this is why this is my second favorite deck visually. These cards are just outstanding. So I hope you gain the message from that as well. I know I may say things that are repetitive, because repetitive messages need to come through. So anybody that's still rolling with me, my third favorite deck that I haven't brought out much, and I used to bring it out more, but now I'm going to bring it out again, because watching Samantha's videos is encouraging me to kind of like, you know, you start getting a lot of decks and the other ones get pushed behind, and it's not because you don't like them, it's just because you're playing with the other ones. Like this one, she's brand new, so I'm still playing with her a lot. Is actually about a year ago, I bought this. I actually have a Rumi deck, and I highly recommend any sort. I almost got another one. There's another Rumi deck at Magica, but it's like $23. There's another Rumi Oracle that's kind of thick. But I have this Rumi Oracle. And if you guys have ever seen this, you will definitely see why these cards, I'm just going to show you, just so you remember now, that this is one of my favorite tarot decks. Look, here's the 8 of Wands, the card of communication. And here's the Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. Sometimes you want that communication and it'll sting you in the ass and not come in. But anyways, you see the detailing of the way these cards are made. So I'm just going to blow that out now so I don't forget about it. So anyways, these are the Rumi cards, and there are 44 in here. So I have pulled these out and was like, okay, I'm going to pull out my Rumi tonight. Now, Rumi has very short phrases, but in the book, these are very long explanations. So when we're not going into the lengthy explanation, no. However, I didn't light any. I lit Palo Santo earlier. Okay, friend request. I'll have to see if I know who that is. Again, I don't accept friend requests unless I know you know a few people other than one person related to me. And I don't mean related as in blood. That don't matter. So this is a Rumi deck. Any of you in my older days might have seen this. So, you already know I'm tuning into you. You know who I'm talking about. I don't have to name it. It's my Samantha. Okay, let's pull a card. It's fun to pull one for myself, but it's almost more fun. You know, and I saw a friend of mine, she's been doing a daily one card read out on YouTube, and somebody said something like, well, isn't that the message for you? How can that be a message for someone in general? When you do cards, as you know, you can channel messages for very random people at any given time. How the hell, why do people go to readers if like, you can't channel something for somebody? You can tap into someone's energy, and you can have messages come, see? Okay. I surge on the uprising wave of love, number 5. This card came up for Samantha. You've got some changes coming in, and yes, it's going to be so, so nice. A different schedule, a different place to work, a different people to be around. So I'm gonna look in here. Yeah, this is a really nice book, but it's like for each rooming card, it can go like pages. So I'm not reading that much. However, what I do like too is there's a little poem too. So there's a little roomy poem there too. So I surge on the uprising wave of love. And look at all those purples. Because I know how much you like purples. Especially that amethyst. My life can be summed up in 3 accounts. I was raw, I was cooked, and I was burned. Rumi. Ha! I was raw, I was cooked, I was burned. Pretty neat, right? Oh, yeah. Changes are good. That's why this being a full moon, even though it's kind of like natural to kind of release, this year to me feels like bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. You know, like getting rid of means like, you know, decluttering your house and stuff. But like, I think it's time for us to inside feel complete. You know, like not feel like you need to search out for anything else. Bring in those changes. So I'm going to put that card back in there. That fit you to a T. So now we'll pull one for me. Anybody else want a card? Anybody else on that would like a card? I could tune into just the general public, or I could tune one myself. Either way. That was a really weird comment. It was like, I swear, people on YouTube sometimes go around commenting on things just to sound like an idiot. Like, how could you channel that? It was like, why would you even say that to a reader? That's why I hesitate going out on YouTube. However, I've also been kind of advised maybe to take that chance with an Etsy account. Now, we got a little too many that came out. So I'm going to take just the first one, because like I say, these roomies are very long. And I want one more. Yeah, and this is like a really nice deck. They're not too big, but I'm really delicate with them because they're so pretty. Like each one is just like a painting. So these cards are some of my visual favorites. Am I doing these? Oh, okay. With oracles, doesn't matter. I don't do oracles in reverse. So, oh my God, I got mirror numbers. Samantha, we are not to be surprised. I pulled 2 cards that are mirror numbers. I got 13 and 31. 13 and 31. Oh gosh. Mirror numbers everywhere. Arise and commitment. Okay. Really? Interesting. Well, we'll see what the eclipse does. Commitment can also mean commitment to self. Commitment doesn't need to be a commitment to anyone. It can be that to be your path, your passion, your life, your love, your spirituality, your religion, your diet, you know. Commitment can be to anything. So a number 13, Arise. Another, look at this beautiful, oh my god, these cards. See, Rumis are just so worth it. Why is my elbow, okay, weird. Okay. Wings of hope languish from lack of use. When wings dissipate and weaken, life begins to lose its value. Every cell in your body is created to rise to challenges. Your life is meant to confront everything that holds you captive. Don't sit at the bottom of the well, not caring about salvation. Listen to the voice within calling to you. Reach for eminence beyond your own maturity. Rumi. So there. Rise. Arise. And the arising is right now is a good time. First moon into the first year. It is very, very up. And a 13 can be a 1 and a 3. You can put together and make 4. But I'm going to leave it as a 13 because, or if you make this 113 a 4 and you make a 31, that also is a 4. What is one of Angela's numbers? Is a 44. We got mirroring 44 angelic numbers. Holy shit. This is why I like this stuff. I cannot make this shit up. So, yeah, Rumi cards seem like they're so exquisite. A 31 commitment, so you guys can get a good look at that. The awakened heart is like a lantern. Keep it sheltered from the turbulence of the winds of desire. Rumi. When we stop seeing life as it is, showing up for every moment and engaging with it as it is, we become careless with the light of heart. Our huffing and puffing to force what does not need to be forced can cause the heart light to flicker and waver. This can make our way seem uncertain, and doubts can crowd upon us as the light is compromised in its purpose. We forget to trust in what is because we get caught up in the attachment and fear surrounding our desires, rather than letting life move us, and letting life move us, we try to move life. Yeah, we try to make control out of things that you have no control over. You don't have any control over. So the commitment can also be to that is the flow. When you arise, you will commit and you will flow. So I can play with the Rumi deck like all day. That's why I think I sort of don't. Whew. Okay. And if you guys are feeling any wumpy energy, that's why ground yourself, ground yourself. Or if you're feeling depressed, put on some music and rock out. You know, like either way. Don't let yourself get too far down or too far up. Would anybody like a Rumi card before I complete this segment of my cards from New Dig Studio? I kind of switched up my art a little bit. I still have my tree up because, like I said, oh, he's over here now, but Cat was sitting under the tree. I almost took it down, and then, of course, he got underneath the tree. So anyways, I guess I can do a quick pitch. February 1st at the Phelps Mansion is a very, very interesting First Friday, one-of-a-kind exhibit that is going to be put on by Bobby Allen Bricks. I am going to be in it as well as Samantha. There's going to be like card readings. There's going to be theatrics, hooping, singing, dancing, all kinds of other visual things. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind visual kind of event. So look for more of that promo out on my page, as well as you guys know Bobby Allen Bricks is a fantastic visual artist that is commonly featured at Burger Mondays as well as Peterson's Tavern. That's really down the street here. You can see a lot of his artwork. He's very, very abstract and ambitious for sure. So February 1st, First Friday, we are going to be having a fabulous event at the Phelps Mansion. Following that, February 16th is going to be the second edition of the Best of This and That show hosted by me at the Bundy Annex. February 9th, there is also a show put on by the Chessboard. They're doing the Bad Romance show there. So February 9th, if you want to catch one of the other drag shows, I highly, highly recommend going there. They are a fabulous cast. I am working, of course, always with some of them. So February 9th, and then mine is going to be following on February 16th. So we are going to be rocking and rolling over at the Bundy as well in February. But February 1st, put that on your... And you know what? Good thing the snow hit now instead of later. So now, hopefully, we don't have to worry about snow in the way, because we know how this town gets. I've actually had snow ruin some of my events in the past. So February 1st, put that on your list of coming down to the Phelps Mansion Museum. If you've never been there, you will enjoy it. It's a huge ballroom with a stage and all kinds of things. It's a Victorian museum. There are tours daily there as well, and they are also open on Sundays as well. So any of you that have followed, we have done things at that place as well. But this is going to be a one-of-a-kind. Bob Allen has actually put together all the music that's going to be featured in this, as well as a lot of his art. So it's going to be a really fabulous. There's other people that are in the cast. There's like a cast of savages. And so I always close up with just kind of putting my cards away. Did anybody else want a card or anything before I'm scattering off here? Or I've been trying to keep the videos a little bit shorter, but on the other hand. So yes, tonight we roll in. So when like when you go to bed, just set the intentions of saying, okay, it's a full moon. I do release certain things, and I want to bring in all the fresh. Remember, we're going to start looking towards full moons with a fresh. That's a good way to bring in things. And if you feel like you need to still release things and forgive people and do things like that, though, this is an absolutely good time to do that. This is a great time to write those letters to anybody that you have any level of wanting to just get the hell off your shoulders. And remember, forgiveness is not for them. It does not correct anything anyone ever did to you. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness makes you feel better. Forgiveness is for you. And remember that each and every story has already been told many times by other people. Many people have been wounded. Many people have been abused. When you realize that, do not feel that you are ever alone. Many people have felt suicidal. Many people have felt, very poor at certain times. Many people. If you have any sort of emergencies and any kind of things in any sort of way, do reach out to somebody. So, my best of this and that show, we are going to do a fundraising money for the suicide prevention hotline. And so that is going to be something that we are going to be raising some money for. So that this will be something I will definitely be talking of, because working with these youngsters and stuff, they're so inspiring to me and everything. But just know that even in this kind of weather, bring in pets, check on elderlies, check on your relatives, just give them a call, send somebody a text and say, are you okay? And make sure that everybody is safe and okay, and very much including the animals. And again, don't be a wussy. If you see somebody else's animals and they're in some kind of distress, go grab them, because nowadays there's so many laws that are so much more on your side that there is no need for any of that. So, okay, Rumi, Illuminati deck. I'm going to just cut this in 3 and see what happens. 10 of Wands, that feeling stress. 8 of Wands, that wanting to have communication. The 9 of Swords, again, stress. So that 10 of Wands, feeling like you're carrying way too much. Because you really want to just reach out and communicate. But you're struggling with that 9 of Swords. Well, I suggest you figure out how to do something. Whether you need to write it down, get it out of your system, and or if there's anything that you need to say to anybody, do it before life is too short. Namaste. Hey guys, Facebook Live. I got a very interesting little kind of idea from Spirit. I may try to do this as a daily sort of thing. I'm going to kind of give it a try, but I can never commit completely to anything. Anyways, I'm coming on here real quick. Angela Cook from my new dig studio in the middle of the afternoon. So just be careful out there. I hear that it is still pretty slick and slippery. So I kind of got, I'm going to pick an tarot card of the day, an oracle card of the day, and a crystal card of the day. So I'm just going to show you the decks I am using. This is my Raven's Prophecy. So I'm going to pull a tarot card for the energy of the day. Just something to know by. This, my Conscious Spirits, one of my favorite oracle decks. So an oracle card of the day. And then I have my crystal oracles, kind of like a crystal of the day. Maybe something to incorporate into your world, something to look for, you know, that kind of thing. So this is my Raven Prophecy deck. One card, one tarot card for the energy of the day. And yeah, if the energies are still going bonky, if you're getting a lot of revelations about a lot of, I know, if you're getting revelations of a lot of things coming into illumination for you, go with the gut instinct, but be very, very careful. There is an immense amount of illusion right now. There's going to be a lot, like if you're trying to do something good, you're going to have like a million distractions come at you. You're going to have people from the past come back at you. You're going to have other people saying different things to you. So just listen to your inside gut, okay? So this is my Raven Prophecy deck. We're going to pick a tarot card of the day. So I'm going to try to do this like a daily thing. A tarot card, oracle card, and a crystal card. And you know, I'll do other reads and that kind of thing. So I don't burn anything right before I'm leaving the house or anything. So that's why I don't. But you can do this too. Like I breathe on my deck, or you kind of give it a knock to kind of clear it. So what is an oracle card? What is one oracle card for the energy of the day? All right, and here it comes out. And it is a number 20 judgment card. Now, the judgment card pretty much is, be careful how you are judging yourself, let alone others. Remember, we are all mirrors of each other. The harsher judgment you hold towards others is the harsher judgment you actually internalize and hold towards yourself. Now, like idiotic behavior, well, yeah, you know, like cutting in front of people and doing dumb shit or speeding down the highway. That's just like poor behavior. But the judgment is really about, the judgment inside. The deep little pieces of judgment. A feeling as though maybe you are not able to accomplish everything you want to. That feeling of thinking somehow everyone has it better than you. That is a major, major, major conditioning that is a bunch of line of shit. Is that we all have this like human conditioning to think that the grass is greener on the other side. That everyone else somehow has it in a better way, and that makes us compete with each other when there's actually plenty for everyone to go around. Everyone, I don't know about you guys, this kind of weather just kills the shit out of my hair, so I don't care right now, whatever. See, I get self-conscious a little bit. I'm looking, I'm like, my bangs have a mind of their own. Again, judgment. I'm going to judge myself. I like me. I'm going to walk out. Who cares what my hair is doing, you know? So I'm going to take a quick peek in here too, just to see if there's a little bit more. The judgment card, okay? So this is my tarot card for the day. It's a judgment card. Keywords is meditation and looking back. This is the second to last card in the cycle of a major arcana, and this card invites you to take a look at where you've been, frequently mistaken for justice and vice versa. It's simple to remember the meaning of this card if you think of it as Judgment Day. Now, Judgment Day, too, is like standing before, in the mirror, within yourself. If you had things that happened to you, why did you let that occur? Or, don't look at the why, look at the lesson and say, okay, you know what, thank you, and kind of pull it forward. If you've had deception, if you've had manipulation, any kind of thing like that, look inside yourself and see how and why. And also, don't shy away from any shit you've ever pulled on people, and know that karma will bite your ass. Like back in the day when you were kind of shisty with people, it will come around in a whole different way. When judgment appears in your life, it's giving you a third opportunity to drastically change your direction. It's not the frightening transformation of the Death card or the fiery destruction of the Tower card. Instead, now that you've survived those changes, you're standing at a crossroad. So the judgment is, be careful of the thoughts of that which you have towards others, because that is a complete reflection of how you internally feel about yourself. And we all know, that's why you say you are your own worst critic. It is true. It's time to lighten up on yourself. Lighten up on yourself. And understand, in a higher realm, you are already in the perfection of the lack and all this other crap. That's why I keep kind of going around with it, because it really is. You're not in a competition for anybody. No one has anything better than you have. It is not true. Someone that has more sneakers, someone that has a prettier girlfriend, you do not know at all what is going on behind closed doors. Someone who seems like they're from a prestigious family, someone who has fame, someone with a raggy shit jacket on. You have no idea what goes on behind. Or, the true judgment is to know we are all made out of the source of love in our hearts. Regardless, muddy jackets, flashy clothes, seemingly nice relationships. Don't look towards others for anything. Be your own best friend. The judgment is to be less harsh on yourself and really, really take, that third opportunity. Say, I've done all this. I'd like to do some of this, but what am I going to do right here and now today? And make it real simple, like hold a door for somebody else. Get yourself your favorite drink. You know, like... Don't play that denial shit anymore. You know, we've all paid our dues, so to speak. And if you have karma, watch it. It will surface. And it can come in various directions. So, that is the tarot. The Judgment card of tarot. Okay. One card from the Oracle deck. One card of the day. Hey, I'm taking that very internally myself, because I know you do. You get very judgmental and think, wow, should I do more? Should I do less? What should I be doing? Oh, let it go. Be what you're doing in the moment. Come on. We're made to scatter around and be hard on ourselves, because then we are distracted from the bigger picture. The bigger picture is not the government. The bigger picture is the universe. It truly is. You connect higher. You connect to the cosmics. It's such a wonderful feeling. It really is. It's such a freedom. One card for today. Today's energy. As Luki is sitting, or laying, very, very snoozy. See, he's got no worries. He's happy. His water bowl is freshly filled. Okay. We're going to take this one. At days and rest, I find peace in nature and rest my body and mind in order to connect to spirit. A number 40. I highly, highly recommend that people have their quiet time. I highly, highly recommend at this given time too, if you never have, if you never do, if you do practice meditation, definitely do some more of it. If you don't, even know meditation, go in a quiet place where, whether or not nature, because it's pretty messy around here where I am anyways, you know, just sit with yourself quiet. Sit with yourself quiet. Quiet down yourself. Bring into yourself and be with yourself, you know, at day's end rest. So that you're not laying down in bed and having all that. The stuff that stirs in your head when you go lay down in bed is bullshit. Tell it to go. Say, I don't want to think about when I was 12 and I missed that spelling bee. I don't want... You can. The thing is, you can control and slow down your mind. It is another illusion to make you feel that you can't. That's why they want you to go get medications and all this shit to try to, like, cure yourself. The pure cure is that you have the power inside, just like Dorothy's shoes. You have those shoes. You've always had that power anyways. There's, in my spiritual community, it's kind of neat because I've always had this underlining too. Really, go watch The Wizard of Oz. Go watch it. Or just think about the concept of it. It's so, so true. A brain, a heart, a this, or that. You've had all those pieces all along. Who did I scare off? You want to look in and not watching and stand? I think it's funny when the things pop up and go back down. Again, I don't do any of this for anybody. The messages are going to resonate with anyone that absorbs it. Whoever doesn't absorb it, go ahead. If I have any secret enemies that are spying out on me, I don't care. You're still going to receive a message. And if I trigger you or any of you on any direction, you are welcome because you may be triggering me back as well. Triggers are really poking at a wound inside of you that you need to fix. And I want you guys all to feel empowered to know that you have the power all along. There's no golden road that shows you things. There's no spiritual guru that shows you things. Everybody already has the power inside. That's why don't look to the government for power. They're a bunch of schmuck fuckins. You know, they don't know what's going on. Don't focus on Trump. He's just a puppet. Don't focus on that kind of shit. Don't focus on the dread of everything. Go inside, love yourself, and be your own castle. You know, like, be your internal castle. So a crystal card for today. What is a crystal that people could either hold with themselves, look into, or just a spiritual meaning altogether? So I'm coming through strong because it channels out sometimes. And, yeah, you know, it's true. Like, even remember with the Wizard of Oz, you know, the big scary guy, you go behind a curtain and it's this little guy pulling strings, you know. And the truth was, what was the truth? Dorothy was dreaming the whole time. It was just a dream. It was all just a dream. So, listen to your internal self. Don't look out for the opinions of others. Don't care what their opinions are. It's time for everybody to navigate their own roads. Ooh, selenite. You know, I love my decks, but it is a little annoying when certain ones come up all the time. You see, I'm not looking at the bottom of the deck, I just peeked at it. But I'm picking only one card for today. Okay, making sure I don't put them away. Oh, I think I put that one away. Well, if you saw the video, you saw the message. But I'm notorious for putting the cards back away. So what came up again that has come up before when I use this deck is a selenite green, which is very different because selenite to me, I have a lot of white selenite and healing, tranquil, daydreams, and imaginings. Life is a river of dreams. Simply relax and enjoy the journey. Very weird how the lighting is coming in today. It's making my glasses like look darker. They're looking like they kind of like shades, eh? Keep an open heart and mind, and above all, trust in the magical and healing powers of love to transform your life. A period of great joy and happiness is just around the corner. Over the coming days, you will find yourself dreaming and envisioning your life as you would truly love it to be. And that means the truth of the truth of the truth. Envision what it is do you truly want, you know, and fortune, fame, all that stuff. And one of the biggest illusions that we do get sucked into is that constant thinking that other people have things better than we do. Again, remember, it is not true. You do not know behind closed doors what anyone is going through. Don't idolize towards anybody. That means sports figures, that means musicians, that means even readers, that means anything. Anybody that's going to influence you is going to influence you back correctly to yourself. You know? If you hear wise advice and it resonates inside of you, that's fine, because then the messages are received. That's why your connection to your higher self is so very relevant, because it's you talking to you. So yeah, when people are like, what, are you talking to yourself? Girl, I walk around talking to myself all the time. Why? Because I'm connected. I am connected. I've always been connected and didn't quite know. Like, even when you're a kid, and like you maybe were that kind of kid. I mean, I was, because I was an only child for majority of my life. You know, literally, figuratively, I've had step kids in and out or whatever. But my actual sister was not born until I was 18. So I mean, and I was always the kid that I'd be out playing and I'd sit on a swing or something and just and you know, you have those kind of like conversations whether or not you have an imaginary friend. Well, what do you think an imaginary friend ever was? An imaginary friend is always been like almost your other higher self, or like when you can connect. It's so interesting how as you get older it just diminishes. You know, it kind of like erodes back down. And that's why when you have a harsh awakening, but when you're a kid, you already have all those gifts. So people that have their gifts things open, they don't feel that they're talking to themselves. They know that there's another connection. So people that are like, whoa, you're talking to yourself, you know, they're a little stodgy. They don't quite understand that when you kind of even pose out a message to your higher self or to your team or whatever, and you know, when you really are thinking about something, not in a logical way, but when you say, should I or shouldn't I do this? You know, whether it's a job or a person or something, you already know inside what the meter is saying. Trust the deep meter inside of you. Don't look at the hows and whys and whens, and I mean, this kind of looks good on paper. What makes you sing? Like even your job. There's moments I get annoyed with it, but what I love about my job that I go to is it's a hotel. It's always changing. There's always things changing, you know, there's always different things coming in, there's different seasons, there's different events. So that right there keeps me very inspired. I know the floors, I know the rooms, I know the, you know, I know the building, and I know the neighborhood. So I'm just saying that if you're in a job place that you really can't stand walking into it, you know, then change it, shift it, move it, go with it. I know I had been years back with somebody who constantly complained, but he stayed there for the insurance. Oh, how many of us actually run around without any insurance? I could care less. I don't care what kind of benefits you offer me. If I'm in an environment that doesn't feel good, doesn't resonate, doesn't like make me sing, I'm not going to be there. I don't care if you gave me twice the money to be somewhere or do something else if it's going to be miserable. So just listen to your meter and know that everything can shift and change. Namaste. And don't ever be afraid to shift and change. Kick people out, kick people in. Right now is a huge, still after the moon, huge time of genuine manifestation energy. You know, if things are not treating you right, whether it's somebody in your house, your boss, your family, there are things I look back on and go, I will never settle for this kind of shit again. So I want to empower you guys to feel that way too. It does not mean locking anything out from coming back in. It means shredding out the garbage to bring in the fresh and the new. And know that that was a very powerful moon. It's been a very powerful eclipse. And really, really, wave on this. Okay? And if you're feeling up and down, it's okay. You're probably cleansing out things. I want you guys to know that too. I have been as emotional as hell, as you can see. But I'm going to keep looking on the positive, because even with any shift, there is always a silver lining. And again, I am quoting the Wizard of Oz. If you want to go see it. That is why it is still a long-standing thing. There were a lot of morals. There were a lot of good things that came out of that movie. Namaste. Hi, Facebook Live. Today is Monday, February 4th. This is actually the day of, in a moon cycle, is going to be that of a new moon. So, there is a new moon energy today. So, I know myself, I didn't sleep well last night, like, really not at all. It was like, you know, like, I rarely have those nights where I really, like, lay there all night, but sometimes that happens. But, like I said, sometimes, whether or not you have an issue that's medical or not, that know that sometimes when you're having, like, a restless, sleepless night, even if nothing is really particularly on your mind, your body could be just receiving a lot of downloads. Like I said, tonight is a new moon cycle coming in. So we are heading into a new moon cycle. So it's the new, you know, a full moon you do a release, a new moon you kind of bring in, you know, your wishes of abundance. So I got myself a little bit of a hair trim. It's not too majorly different. I got a little bit of a trim and kind of bought myself some really nice expensive shampoo, because over-the-counter stuff is nice, but when this time of year, when this harsh weather, I'm sorry, my locks is one of my favorite parts of myself. So I just want to treat them. So I went to the bank, I went to the grocery store. Oh my God. I went to the dollar store and got a few things for my upcoming Best of This and That show. It's always a blast to go to the dollar store and, like, you know, like have like a color theme. I absolutely love pieces of that. So the tarot deck I'm using for today is this one, which is my black and white tarot deck, which I very much love. It's very much along the same lines of the basic Fire Tarot deck. It's but I just love how it's black and white. I'm like that kind of person. I like a lot of color, but I also love, like, the simplicity of black and white. I actually once, a few years back in March, actually, I had a black and white show at the Bundy Museum in the Annex. Sorry, I'm so affiliated with the Annex now. In the gallery, and it was called Shades, and it was an all black and white show. I actually had no color. Because back in the day when I was in college, I did formally study art. I took, you know, I took some art theory. I did color theory. I took painting. I also took an exhibition class. So while I was studying art, one of my professors had said something about, you know, you obviously have a strength of colors. So when you do something like in a drawing class, you see how hard it is to do the shades of gray. So I did an all black and white show. So maybe again someday, but I really, really like a lot of splash of color. And especially, you know, being that I'm very focused on the energy and the auras and my chakras and all that, but I think that's why I really have a fondness for this deck. I'm just shuffling a little because I didn't get a chance to do that. Like I had said, I had been out for a while earlier today, so I'm probably gonna lose steam halfway through my shift at work. But you know, so I'm just kind of doing these while I'm talking. So this, I don't have the box for it. The box broke, but this is like an animal spirits deck. It's a little bit different. It kind of has like a real, you know, but these pictures are real nice. They're very like artwork paintings. So this is one of my, I think this was actually the second deck that I bought. And I really like the way it shuffles. It shuffles really nice, you know. So I'm gonna start with an animal spirit. Whether or not I'm gonna try to do the categories this way, but how I do things, you know, I'm left-handed. I do things different every day. I am not somebody who is repetitive every day about many things, except for maybe like my eating routine. Only because of more like blood sugar levels. I've just, you know, like I keep myself steady, that kind of thing. So, but other than that, I literally went out and I did errands today, like completely backwards from the way that I usually do them. I got a haircut first, went to the dollar store, went to the grocery store, and then the bank. Usually I would go to the bank and go this way. So it was like kind of weird to, hi Kyle, how are you? Hey girl, hey. So I'm gonna, okay. Alright, let's bring in this new moon energy. New intentions, new setting, you know. That's what I'm wondering. When you get a lot of downloads and stuff, you don't always, like, remember and know, but it's, like, throughout the day, sometimes things will kind of be, like, revealed. But like I said, I had a real weird sleepless night. It was, like, you feel like you're laying there forever. And I wasn't even really stirring about anything in particular. I've asked my team to kind of clear. So the card that jumped out for today, the spirit animal for today, the monkey is an ancient deity worshipped by Middle Eastern peoples. In the Hindu, a monkey hero, you know, la la la. This painting of a monkey recalls the power of, okay, it gets like kind of like art history like. So anyways, the animal spirit for today is monkey. Monkeys are playful. My God, they're so clever. I myself was, I'll be completely honest, okay? I'll be completely honest. The other day when I was at work, I was watching like the Animal Channel and they were showing like the you know, like how clever they are, or the way they put ants on the stick, and just the way that they like utilize and do tools, and the way that animals are out in nature. They're so amazing the way they do things. So I was thinking to myself, then why the hell are people walking around Walmart being such ding-dongs? Like, seriously, you forget the primates, that we're so close to primates, but yet the monkeys are so clever. They know how to bend leaves to do this with twigs. They can practically make tools out of everything. We forget how amazing primates really are. We forget how close to those things that we are. So sometimes we do. We get so lost in the human experience that we really forget how fucking amazing we really are. And then you waste your time not even brushing your hair and walking around pajama pants in Walmart. Like, seriously. You know, I couldn't help but, for some reason, bring in that analogy. That's why it's hard when you're like an empath and stuff, because you like love humanity, but like humans, you look at them and go, I don't understand. Like, I just don't understand the behavior that we do. We get so far away. We think we're so much more superior than animals, and it's so actually wrong. What we need to do is actually look at the children and the animals more and remember who we truly are, you know? Instead of like that self-righteous human shit, we need to actually remember the instinctual things that we actually know how to do. I am sure getting a lot out of this monkey card. That's just my take on the monkey card. And right below it here is dog, which dog pops up for me all the time, which is just showing me to have like loyalty to my own journey. Remember, each and every one of us have a very distinct, you know, individual journey. But like, you know, even when you go and walk around Walmart, well, I can tell you what one of my reasonings is. I'm just being metaphoric, but not really. When you do, you go to walk around Walmart and you see people acting like freaking, like, worse than barnyard animals. And I myself choke it up to a lot of the additives and all the crap that's in food. I believe in eating a lot more clean. I really think a lot of the chemicals and the additives make people become like, you know, so like, you know, anti in their behavior. That's just my take on it. take from it what you will. But I couldn't help but watch these like fabulous animal shows with these monkeys, and the way the families were, and the way they took care of each other and looked after each other and made tools with the sticks, and then people walk around with not even washed hair and like clothes that don't fit when they're in Walmart. Like, okay. So again, it's that humanity, but then human behavior of going, I don't understand what went wrong on time. So that's why when you shift higher to your different perspectives, you see that the 3D world that we live in is all a bunch of illusion. It really is like a Sims game. It's really hard not to like view it that way. Once you've kind of ascended a little bit higher, you're like, this walking around and doing things and buying burgers and putting gas in your car is like such a freaking Sims game. I mean, this is something we agreed to do, but that's why tapping into the soul is so much more satisfying than like being in a lower vibration. And animals, even though they're being instinctual, they're so amazing, just, you know, the way that they are. So, what is the tarot card energy for today? You know, just when I think I'm really going to have 2 minutes to say something about something, and I try to make it shorter, I'm going to just say whatever comes through. Okay. Because then the energy for the day that is coming up, that is coming right behind me, is the King of Wands. You know, the King of Wands, that wand is that of communication, of clarity, of what you're saying, sitting on that throne and saying what you're saying. I don't expect anybody to agree wholeheartedly with anything that I say. I'm just telling you that as I was watching and knowing there was all these really cool animals in the hotel at that time, and in the break room I was watching the animals, you know, on the nature, and I was like, man, I could just sit here and do this all day, because the way that human behavior is, it doesn't mean that I don't like other humans. I don't like the society. I don't like all the things that we've projected and created and made and manifested in like stupid directions. I mean, you know, and I don't even like to say stupid because I'm not really making fun of, but once you get to different points, you look and go, I don't get it. Why pretend to be something that you're not? So once you become more awakened, you really can't. You can't go back to sleep. You know, I can't go back to sleep. I can't. There's days that I sometimes wish I could just shut that third eye and not see the perspectives that I do. But on the other hand, it's amazing to remember this is such one platform, okay? This is one flat platform that we are on. So any daily issues are so mundane. They really do pass. So that King of Wands is just, you know, this is just me talking in my very masculine energy today. So I'm going to conclude by pulling one from this Oracle Mermaids deck, because I am just so in love. So in love with this deck. I'm so happy to have more Dunkin' Donut coffee as well. And, so my treat to myself for Valentine's Day is I went and I got a bit of a hair trim today, and I bought myself some real nice salon expensive shampoo. Yes, I certainly did, because colorizing in this weather, my hair has gotten kind of, if you've seen in the last few videos, been, you know, it's turning to freaking hay. So that's why I was like, I went in there and was like, all right, I need some good stuff, because it is sometimes worth it to treat yourself. So to me, in the month of February, that was my Valentine's gift to me, is to really treat and take care of one of the favorite parts of myself, which is my hair, you know. I wear my hair like a mane, you know. And damn, if I could have, I would have went and got a tattoo today, but I mean, I have to make an appointment ahead of time. But that is, I can tell you, is coming soon. I do have my 4th tattoo idea, and I'm gonna hook up and schedule something with Mr. Neil pretty soon. See how our schedules go. Woo! Oh my god, this is totally following me today. Okay. The bottom of the deck is the present, which is, you know, gift, treasure, revelation of own value. Now nowness, being in the moment. So I'm just showing you that, the present moment. So yeah, don't worry about today, tomorrow. I mean, you know, you want to still have that focus on things, but don't let yourself get too worried. Stop and smell the coffee. Stop and smell the coffee. Stop and buy barrettes. Stop and pet a cat. You know, whatever it is. Because the card that I did pull, that I am going to conclude this with, is respect men, embracing the masculine divine. There you go. And listen, I am here to back that up as well. When I talk about feminine and masculine energy, it's energies. Again, the humans acting like a man or a woman, or you go and cook and I'll go out in the field and, you know, chop down the wood. That's all like, whatever. That's been survival things, that's things that we've done. The energy, though, however, I love my guys, okay? And in my community, I don't like hearing bashing of cis people either. I am here to be fluid, 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 fluid. I am so in my own androgynous energy by putting together the balancing of the two. And as you get more into that, you can see how hard it is really to be a man, to be raised and told, you know, sniffle it up, you can't show your emotions. For so many centuries, what we've done to men by bottling them not to be able to express themselves, well, girls, how in the hell do you expect them to express themselves to you? You know, so don't give guys a hard time about Valentine's and all this horse shit. It's all make-believe. What is really true is that each one of us contain inside our energetics, feminine and masculine. We are all much more androgynous than we think, okay? Just because your outside has, you know, boobs or this, your inner, like men can run very feminine as well. Women can run very masculine as well. The best thing about any learning of your energetics is to balance the two. I am very, very passionate of it because I'm a daddy's girl, and I also have raised a wonderful son. So I have seen from the inside out, and even the men that I had been involved with over the years, you know, I don't, you know, choose that of, you know, a narcissistic. I think the word narcissism gets thrown around way too much. I think that you got to stop and remember that people are very hurt inside. That a lot of these men, you know, they were not allowed to be a sensitive 8-year-old. Inside, their 8-year-old still wants to play with dolls just for a little while. So, I mean, you know, honor the masculine, you know, as well as we honor the feminine. That as females, when we get all empowered and we get all like, huh, you know, that you gotta have a fine balance between the two. So, as fluid as I am, and of course, you know, yeah, part of my mission, trying to reconnect. Did my video stop? I'm getting some like messaging here or whatever. Did it stop? Did you guys like not hear any of them? I'm gonna watch back. Well, anyways, honor the masculine. This is an absolutely beautiful card. If you look, this is a man-made, man mermaid, or whatever you want to say, a male mermaid. And just remember how androgynous we really, really are. The outside facade of the beards and the, you know, the leather and the this and that, are just still what they are. The roles are so needing to change. And again, that is why I tell you, in the energetics of everything, that is why there is such a much more circle of people really becoming openly more trans, because they are aligning more correctly with the energies that they are meant to align with. So I give you that I love all my trans babies at all their different stages. And I love all my cis people too. I do not push the two against each other. So I advise you not to either. So as any kind of female or masculine or whatever, just be kind to guys in this month of February. Don't start giving guys a fucking like hard time already. Like I said, I am a daddy's girl and I have raised a beautiful son. And so that's where I know part of my mission work is to kind of explain that and let that resonate out with whoever. Because when I do catch people kind of barking, I will certainly say my piece on that. Because I do believe that men need to really have that ability to be able to open up their pieces and, you know, break a lot of those ancient template timelines. That's what we're here to do. Myself as a light worker, that is indeed what I am here to do. So I just put it on there. I'm not going to talk much about it. Well, the golden Lemurian I put on there. These are my 2 golden Lemurian pieces. Now, you can see when I put it, this is a selenite, so you can see how golden it is when I put it near. Is my golden Lemurian are one of my absolute favorite quartz. They're one of my favorite. I absolutely love my crystals. So that's how you can see the coloring, the difference of it, that there's that little light hue kind of like within it. So this is one of my absolute favorites. I love these pieces. Again, on this new moon energy, bring in something new, try something new, say something new, shift something new, be something new. And I wish you all to enjoy this beautiful weather. Namaste.